really hard doing this. I just came into McDonald's and saw a bus go by, and it was the number 100, which used to be my bus that I'd go home in, and it's just like so I think it's just unspeakably just terrifying having no home base, nowhere that's the centre that you go back to. The closest thing I've got is my storage unit, and luckily I moved that back to a more central location, so I've been able to go in and out, and it'd be really nice to be able to sleep there as cold as it is, but I can't. You have to swipe, basically, like swipe, punch in and out, and they'd know, and so I'm in McDonald's and trying to get my phone to some sort of level, but I've got some magazines and stuff. I got a food voucher from Wins, because most of the food that I had at Haka House was not food that you can live on the streets with, unfortunately, and I just really had to throw it out. So I bought a bunch of sort of things that, like, including like a can of cold coffee and I had a sandwich that I ate here in McDonald's, and it feels very naughty to do that, but I feel really terrified. Like I did, I checked out where I would sleep tonight. I had a few ideas, and I think I've settled on one, which is church ground, which feels just sort of safe, and there's a graveyard there, and that doesn't bother me. That sort of feels like it's a little bit secure, and I've got this pop-up beach shelter, which is obviously open on one side, but it's a hell of a lot better than a park bench. And I don't have it with me, but I had a 70-litre suitcase that I had got for $2 at City Mission shop, and I was and then I bought this cushion already to have at Haka House, and although I did really like the beds, there was a bit of a design problem in that they had all the shelving all the way back where you'd want to rest your head, where there were what would be the headboard was sort of shelving. And so you sort of, if you wanted to lean back, you'd have to go in the corner, and I got that to have in the corner as just to help sort of bolster it, and so at least I had that. So I had that, and I had a sheet that I'd lent that couple that Agnes has such a problem with me helping, and they couldn't get into their room. So the sheet it was a fitted sheet, and it was basically my blanket. And I just had as many clothes on as I could fit on, really. And I was sort of trying to sleep in the suitcase, because I can fit into a 70-litre suitcase, and kind of pull the lid over me a little bit. I really did want to die of hypothermia. I just thought, let's just do this. Tonight's the night. But it's really difficult to resist the opportunity to get warmer if you can. I was wearing two hats. I was wearing this one and a red one underneath, and I put one of them on my feet, and I was wearing two scarves in PM tonight. Like, it's really cold. I don't know what the temperature is right now, but it's very cold. So I'm reasonably pleased with my setup this time, but it's no, I'm not camping. I'm in a city, and I don't. It's just I got no company. So there are no limits that I can rest up against. There's nothing that reassures me that this is a firm wall to lean against. And I mean that metaphorically. I mean, anything can happen, right? A kind woman walked me to the railway station. She came out and she saw me crying, and I had all my luggage and I couldn't carry it all. And I just didn't know what to do. I was just in shock. And she walked me to the station, which is really, really lovely of her. And I had a couple of nice people who did little things, smaller versions of that for me. She said she just couldn't believe what had happened to me, like she did, but she was just like, how does this happen? How do people get away with doing this to somebody? She wasn't from New Zealand, and she really liked New Zealand, and I think a lot of people do, and they don't realise just how horrible it is and how little recourse there is for vulnerable people. I really don't want to be here. To all the people over the last year or so, it's going to get better, it's going to get better. It's just like, it just gets worse every time, There are a lot of really shitty people out there, and you meet them when you're like me, when you're vulnerable. Other people don't meet them. I have to go out there, and I have to. I just have to do it, and it's probably a bit far to walk. What I'm carrying is reasonably bulky and heavy. I don't have the right sort of luggage, but essentially what I'm doing is camping, right? I'm so tired. People have said, can you go to another motel or another lodge or backpackers? And it's like, why would I do that to myself? There's nowhere for me to be.